than me, but I figured we would talk about the Archies, or the
Yeah.
Archie Show, as it was called back in the day.
Well, it went through a lot of different iterations.
That looks like a newer picture of them, actually. That does not look classic. Okay, let's move on.
I actually think that's
There we go.
artwork from the from a physical media release of it.
Oh, I see.
So it was originally released starting September 14th of 68. It ran until January 4th of 69. But it did birth a lot of it was kind of in that that kind of cartoon syndication where it didn't really matter when it originally aired. They played it, for a long time, and there were many spin-offs, many updates, many.
They did a ton of little Archie shows in the 70s. I was looking at the list. There was the Archie and Sabrina hour. I'm curious, did Sabrina the Teenage Witch, was there a crossover?
It was the same comic book company.
So did they ever run into each other?
It was kind of like, oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Same. It was just like with Casper and, oh damn, I'm forgetting the name of the witch that was in that
Wendy.
One. Was it Wendy?
Wendy
I believe
the witch.
so. I believe so. Yes.
Okay. It was the same thing. And sometimes within the same comic, you would have short stories of each one of them. So you could have an Archie comic that had a Sabrina the Teen Witch. I think she went to the same school as them. My memory's kind of fuzzy on that. But here, some of the spin-offs. Okay. 1970, Sabrina and the Groovy Ghoulies. Sabrina the Teen Witch from 70 to 74. The Groovy Ghoulies, 1970.
What are they called, Groovy Ghoulies? Was that like a band she was in or something?
It was like Monsters. Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody in bands on these series? I've noticed.
Oh yeah, yes.
The running theme.
In fact, talk about the musical thing. 1977, the Bang Shang Lollapalooza show.
There's a name.
Super Witch from 1977, and the Groovy Ghoulies and Friends, 1978. So the whole idea behind this was a Saturday morning cartoon adapting the comic. Well, not adapting really, but inspired by using the characters from the comic books. Yeah, exactly. And they were going for the formula of the very popular Monkeys TV show. They were just going with with an animated show instead. So you had you had the different, you had different segments of the story, and it was like kind of formulaic, right? You would have the 10 to 8 minute story, right?
I saw those.
The Dance of the Week segment, a 3-minute musical segment, and then they usually ended off with a Jughead joke, which were your basic bad dad jokes, right? And it was the band that did, or the what do you call it? The studio artists, the music team, the session performers is what I'm trying to say, that did all the music for it. Of course, as part of the promotion of the show, released a song in, I want to say 1960. Oh gosh, was it 69?
Probably late.
And of course, you all remember the song "Sugar, Honey, Honey." That was the Archies. That was the same session artists that did this. They were playing the fictional, band to promote the cartoon.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's personal, and maybe I don't know if you can answer it in front of Netter. I have to ask, Betty or Veronica. I have to. Before you met Netter, of course. I'm just
I would have always gone for Betty. She's
really
more down to earth. Well, one, she's a blonde.
Right.
Second, she's more down to earth and
she's working class.
Genuine.
Yeah, and Veronica was
a snob.
Yeah.
Veronica's the rich girl. Yes.
But she was a snob. She was an absolute snob.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if you caught this in the Incredible Hulk, the Avengers. Of course, Betty Brant is is David is Bruce Banner's girlfriend,
Uh-huh.
and of course the female AI that runs the Hulkbuster suit is Veronica.
Oh, funny, very funny. Now, I have a question about one of the characters on this show. I have to ask, what's the deal with Jughead? Seriously, is he like the Shaggy of the group? Because that's the impression
I
I was
always
getting
made
from.
that comparison. I don't think that was intentional. He may have been thought of as the beatnik of the group, maybe. But
Yeah, he's always has the munchies. I've noticed that.
oh, so they were definitely trying to slip that in there, especially in the late '60s. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Kind of makes sense, I suppose.
yeah, he's like the goofball of the group, I think. And then of course you have other characters. For instance, you have Reggie,
Mm-hmm.
who I believe is he the brother of Veronica? Is that the impression
No.
I? Oh,
Which
No.
one? He was.
It was
related to
Veronica
somebody.
Lodge and Reggie Van something.
well, is Jughead the brother of Veronica?
No, none of them are related.
Okay, I thought
Reggie
we were wrong.
Mantle, Jughead Jones, Betty Cooper, Veronica Lodge. Yes, that's right.
Reggie's a bit of a jerk. This is what.
Oh yeah, he's just like Veronica. Kind of. I got the impression they were kind of like the preppies.
But Veronica's
Yeah,
not a
he
bully,
thinks he's
though.
on the
I
same
mean,
level
it's
as
like,
Veronica, but he doesn't have the money to back it up.
Right.
oh, so he's like Pete from Mad Men, who came from a prestigious family, but then the prestigious family lost the money.
And I want to be very clear. We
That
are
can happen.
talking about the original. We're talking about the original cartoons, which were based on the original comics. I don't know what the hell they've done in the past 10 to 20 years with these live action CW, transifying LGB stuff that they do to all these people.
Did they do
none of
that with
was in there
Archie?
back then. I don't know. I'm assuming.
I hope
modern
not,
day.
because I always figured Archie was wholesome. This is from
Well,
one of the shows.
nothing is wholesome in the modern DEI, push
Oh,
era.
there is a dog in that group, and I believe the dog is called Hot Dog. Correct?
Oh, I don't even really remember
I know
that.
I think the dog. I can't remember now if the dog belonged to
Was it a
Jughead or to Archie.
And it was like a sheepdog, right?
And you could
Yeah.
hear it, and you could hear his thoughts. Like no one else could hear him say anything, but you in the audience could hear his little commentary on the situation. But yeah, I did.
Hot Dog.
Yeah,
he was the mascot for the Archies, and was often portrayed as pretending to conduct the band.
Yeah.
Now I did watch
a couple. Jughead's dog.
I thought he was Jughead's dog. Now I did watch a couple shorts before the stream, so I did see one where Veronica's dad. I got a house, old beat up house. Do you kids want to make it into like a clubhouse? And like he gives it to Veronica, and they just have to, and they figure we can work it over. And I'm like, wow, how often does that happen where someone just gives you a house, and then of course it's the house on Creepy Way or something where it's rumored to be haunted. And so the plot of this one is Reggie doesn't want to work on building the clubhouse up, so he figures I'll do all this ghostly shenanigans so they think it's haunted and will not want to hang out in the house. Do you understand? It's
right.
Kind of a convoluted thing. Then we had an episode where Reggie keeps pulling pranks on poor Jughead, and Jughead decides I'm going home. And then Jughead walks by this other guy that looks exactly like him. Like how they say all of us have a twin out there?
Yeah.
And even this guy's his nickname is Jughead, I guess for being in the army or something, right? And he's even wearing a crown like Jughead. And he says, you know where I can get a good burger around here? Oh, yeah, go to that place. So then this other Jughead goes into this place. And this Jughead is also like the karate champion of the state. And, of course, Reggie starts picking on him and making fun, doing all these things. So then this Jughead gives it back twice for because, on poor Reggie. And it's like he thinks it's the other Jughead. Do you understand?
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Oh, wait a minute. What is this? There's a comic book where Archie sees how it turns out when he picks one of the girls. Pick the rich one, but poor in love. Pick the poor one, and it's hard life, but rich with love. Interesting. Wow. That's like the it reminds me of a portion of All Creatures Great and Small where you had to read where the doctor stopped by the rich family where the daughter was spoiled and the wife was nagging the husband, being real nasty to the husband. Then he stops by the poor family, but the wife was loving and the daughter was real appreciative of the dad and stuff. And it was like this opposite, like rich in one way but poor in another. Do you understand? That was
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly.
But yeah, let me see here though. In the cartoon, Sabrina and Archie crossover in the comic books as well, and even in the Netflix Chilling Adventures,
Yep.
Sabrina even crossed over at CW's Riverdale. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, that was a very different kind of Archies and a very different kind of Sabrina too.
Not as kid friendly, I'm sure.
Very, very more YA to adult. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Big Ethel was in love with Jughead.
Oh, Big Ethel. Why do they call her Big Ethel?
Because she was
very
big.
tall.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
broad-shouldered.
What did Jughead think of her?
She was a nice person, just not very pretty.
Oh, I see. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know if we have anything else to say about the Archies, but this is wholesome. There's a love triangle purportedly, right?
Yes, there was a number of albums that they put out, one of which was a Christmas album.
Oh, okay.
Including Here Comes Santa Claus, Up on the Housetop, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, Holly Jolly Christmas, Jingle Bells, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, Run Rudolph Run, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Have Yourself a Merry Christmas, Sleigh Ride, Archie's Christmas Party, and Christmas in Riverdale.
Where's the Archies and Riddick crossover? I'm expecting necromongers to be saying convert now or fall forever, and Jughead's like, do I get a burger if I convert? I'm just saying, it's like,
Yeah, you know what? You're right. That's exactly what he would say.
just I don't know. It's just yeah, Archie would be a Furian, right?
But also,
He'd let his Furian rage out.
Welcome
Reggie would
to
betray them to the necromongers. He would betray them, right?
Almost certainly, yes. Welcome, Darth Plato and Robert's Infinite Realms. Good to see you guys.
Question: there was also a principal on the show, correctly?
Did I say Betty Brant? I meant Betty Ross. Sorry, Lynn. Thank you for catching that.
Was there a principal on the show that would often be onto their schemes or something, or like I don't know, like the
well, they always had stories where they had to have a adult figure that they had to work around. So yes, there was a principal that was a recurring character.
Now, oddly enough, I didn't watch the 70s cartoon, but I did watch the 80s cartoon, the more up-to-date one. That was all about, like, there was an episode where the principal said, oh, I bet you kids will think this is awesomely totaled. Instead of totally awesome. You get it. Yes, I remember that. But I think it was still keeping in the spirit of the original show, but just as now in the 80s, that's all. But yeah, that's Archie's. I did bring this up because unfortunately we have an in remembrance that ties directly into this.
It does. One thing that we forgot to mention about this is that the cartoon company that did this, that did the Archies, was Filmation. You will remember them as the film company that also created a Ghostbusters cartoon before there was a live action Ghostbusters, resulting in a
copyright dispute
over the name. They're also, was Filmation also the ones that they did some of the superhero?
Did they do Star Trek?
I think they did.
Yeah, the Star Trek cartoon series.
And I think they also did something with Captain Marvel. There was a Captain Marvel cartoon series that they did. In fact, the Archies were originally supposed to be part of that. They were supposed to do a Hero High where the characters from the Archies got superpowers and they had to transfer to a superhero high school. However, Filmation had lost the rights to the Archies at that point, so they went a different route with that. But yes, He-Man was also a Filmation creation.
Which ties us to, of course, our article here. John Irwin, voice actor in He-Man and Archie cartoons, dies at age 88.
Yep.
John Irwin, the reclusive actor, provided voices for the heroic title character in He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and the vain frenemy Reggie Mantle in a series of Archie cartoons has died. He was 88. Irwin died of natural causes around December 20th, and his home was in Camarillo, California. His reps at the PR firm Cella Works announced. For nearly a decade, starting in 1969, Irwin was heard in dozens of TV commercials as the snarky Morris the cat, the finicky orange baby who would eat nothing but the 9 Lives brand of cat food. I remember that!
Yeah.
Oh, no! Okay. The hugely successful campaign was created by Leo Burnett advertising firm. Earlier, Irwin was seen on camera when he recorded as the cattle driver Teddy on CBS Rawhide, starring Clint Eastwood.
Yep.
For Filmation, Irwin voiced the blonde, muscular He-Man and his alter ego, Prince Adam, on He-Man and the Masters of the Universe from 1983 to 1985, and on She-Ra, Princess of Power from 1985 to 1987. He also played the villain Beastman and other secondary characters in the syndicated shows that were based on a line of Mattel toys. Working with John Irwin was a bout of irreverence, professionalism, and surprise. Alan Oppenheimer, who starred as the evil Skeletor on He-Man, said in a statement, "He was a series actor, writer, performer of commercials, musician, painter, and all-around lovely gentleman, an indelible addition to my life." Added Melody Britt, the voice of She-Ra, He-Man's twin sister. For 40 years, John Irwin was not only my brother on screen, he was my friend. Born on December 5th, 1936 in Cambridge, Massachusetts, John Irwin played various characters, including a paratrooper and chaplain on the 1956-1957 series Citizen Soldier. Isn't that interesting? Later on, look, he worked on cartoons Groovy Ghoulies, Foofer, and Space Cats, and in the film Babe, and came out of retirement to voice He-Man one last time on a 2005 episode of Family Guy. Irwin also served as an announcer narrator on such TV shows as Here's Lucy and Malcolm and Eddie, and in films including Looker, Everybody's All-American, and Back to the Future Part 2. I think he was a new announcer. Let me see, though. Despite pleas for his fans over the years, Irwin never appeared publicly on the convention circuit to talk about his He-Man days. And Oppenheimer, speaking in 2014, said that was because he was very shy. He once asked his co-star to go on the road with him to London. I said to him, if Skeletor and He-Man worked together, the line would be from London to Edinburgh. Oppenheimer recalled, he just wouldn't do it. He really likes the solitude, and he says, I don't even look like He-Man, I said. I don't look like Skeletor, nobody cares, but I can't get him out. Anyway.